There are various types of living organisms in this vast world, from terrestrial to aquatic. From aquatic to saprophytic fungi, and to jointed legs arthropoda. They range from those that fly in the sky to those that run on the ground. And from creatures so massive you have to tilt your head up just to see them, to those so microscopic you need a microscope to view them. They are found everywhere, from deep jungles to our own backyards, and across the mountains, hills, and plains. Because of this immense diversity of plants and animals, it is essential to classify them to make their study easier.
Expecto Patronum.
Initially, Carl Linnaeus propounded the two-kingdom system of classification. This was followed by the three-kingdom and four-kingdom systems, until finally, Robert Harding Whittaker classified these organisms into the five-kingdom system. Among these, we have already discussed the kingdoms Monera, Protista, and Fungi in grade 9. In this class, we will focus exclusively on the Plantae and animal kingdoms. Alright, now let's start with the kingdom Plantae. The kingdom Plantae is classified into three divisions. They are algae, bryophyta, and tracheophyta. Tracheophyta is further divided into three subdivisions, which are pteridophyta, gymnosperm, and angiosperm. Similarly, angiosperm is further divided into two classes, monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Algae and bryophyta also have their own subdivisions and classes, but we will study those at a higher level. In Class 10, we only study the tree diagram mentioned above. Let's try to memorize this together. Everyone, please repeat after me. Three main divisions: algae, bryophyta, and tracheophyta. Repeat it again: algae, bryophyta, and tracheophyta. Good. Now, open your notebook and try to write down these three main divisions. Take your time. But before you do, don't forget to check the spelling. Again, tracheophyta is divided into three subdivisions. Repeat after me. Pteridophyta, gymnosperm, and angiosperm. Now, continue drawing the tree diagram in your notebook. And finally, angiosperm is divided into two classes, monocotyledon and dicotyledon. So now, complete the tree diagram in your notebook. Take your time. The arrangement of algae, bryophyta, and tracheophyta in that specific order represents the evolutionary timeline of plants on Earth. Essentially, as you move from algae to angiosperm, you are moving from the least evolved to the most evolved plants. Which bryophyta is advanced than algae, pteridophyta is advanced than bryophyta, similarly gymnosperm, and the most advanced is angiosperm. We will study algae, bryophyta, pteridophyta, gymnosperm, and angiosperm using a comparative method. First of all, it is very important to understand the meaning of their names. If you know what their names mean, it becomes much easier to remember their characteristics. 1. Algae. It is derived from the Latin word alga, whose translation becomes seaweed and which means marine or aquatic. Examples: Spirogyra, Volvox. Two. Bryophyta. It is derived from the Greek words bryon, which translate into moss and meaning moss plants. In simple terms, these plants are slightly more evolved and have moved onto land, but they strictly need water for fertilization. This is why they are also called the amphibians of the plant kingdom. They grow in damp, moist, and shady places. Examples: moss, liverworts. 3. Pteridophyta. It is derived from the Greek words pteris, which translate into feather, and phyton into plant, which means feather-like plants. In simple terms, if you look closely at a fern leaf, it looks exactly like a bird's feather. Examples: fern, Lycopodium. 4. Gymnosperm. It is derived from the Greek words gymnos, which translate into naked, and sepra into seed, which meaning naked seeds. In simple terms, these plants do produce seeds, but they do not produce flowers or fruits. Because there is no fruit to cover them, their seeds are completely exposed or naked. Instead of fruits, their seeds are borne on structures called cones. Examples: pine, cycas. 5. Angiosperm. It is derived from the Greek words angion, which translate into enclosed, and sperma into seed, which meaning enclosed seed. In simple terms, because they bear fruit, their seeds are always enclosed and safely protected inside the fruit. Examples: mango, guava. All of you open your copy and make a comparative table of algae, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm, and Angiosperm on the basis of their meaning. Now, after understanding the meanings of their names, let's talk about their body structure. To understand this clearly, let's look at some examples and figures. 1. Algae. Let's look at this figure of Spirogyra. Can you identify its roots, stem, or leaves? The answer is no. You cannot find any distinct roots, stems, or leaves here. An algae's body cannot be differentiated into roots, stem, or leaves at all. This kind of simple, undivided body is known as a thallus body. Two. Bryophyta. Similarly, if we move to Bryophyta, let's look at two different examples, Marchantia and moss. If you look at the picture of Marchantia, you still cannot differentiate its body into roots, stem, and leaves. Therefore, it is also a thallus. However, if you look closely at the picture of a moss plant, you will start to see something new. You can actually see tiny, simple leaves and small, hair-like root structures called rhizides. So, Bryophyta is a fascinating. It consists of both completely flat thallus bodies and some structures with simple leaves and rhizides. 3. Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm, and Angiosperm. But what happens when we move past Bryophyta? Let's take a look at the remaining three groups. Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm, Angiosperm. If you look at the figures of a fern, a pine tree, or a maize plant, you will see a massive evolutionary change. Their bodies are completely and well differentiated into true roots, true stems, and true leaves. To sum up the body structures for your notes, we can categorize them like this. Algae, thallus. Bryophyta, thallus or simple leaves with rhizides. Pteridophyta onwards, fully differentiated into true roots, stem, and leaves. Now, let's discuss the comparative differences based on vascular tissue. First of all, what is vascular tissue? Vascular tissue is a complex conducting tissue composed of xylem and phloem. Xylem, it supplies water and minerals upwards from the roots to the leaves. Phloem, it transfers prepared food from the leaves to different parts of the plant body. If you look at algae and bryophytes, no vascular tissue is found. Moving up, vascular tissue finally appears in pteridophytes, which is why pteridophytes are known as the first vascular land plants. Similarly, it is also present in gymnosperms and angiosperms. The presence of this well-developed vascular tissue is the major reason why pteridophytes are classified under the subdivision Tracheophyta, alongside gymnosperms and angiosperms. So, our chart looks like this. No vascular tissue in algae. The same goes for bryophytes. It appears from pteridophytes onwards.